Hi again, Si from the Cine Film Factory. Just coming to you today, really getting up to speed with vlogs and tutorials, etc. So about 15 minutes ago, I literally uploaded to YouTube our latest tutorial. I'm really excited about it, and that was the one that we made, which hopefully you've seen, which is showing the rewinder with the mouldy film and showing some of the restoration process of that already. Don't know whether that comes out, but Instagram is filling up with likes, literally like Lalo Papel, projectors, Roger Horn, Storia della Festamassa, I think you pronounce, and many others have all started liking and watching that video. Very fortunate, a lot of our followers are worldwide audience, which is absolutely great, and they're obviously passionate about film, and they obviously want to engage with us. That's why they follow us with everything that we do. So this vlog today is the entry video to another video which was done a little while ago, and it was done, I brought Alan over. Alan came over and gave some input and gave some really good technical insight and interesting parts about a 35mm and a 16mm film restoration project that we had come in. Now this project was particularly important. It sat in a damp cellar for many years, and even down to the point where the original cans that were holding up the 16mm film inside were actually just perished, just literally rusty away, and you're going to see that in this video off the back of this video I'm making now. So it's a really interesting video. We show some 16mm. we also have some nostalgia in there as well, because we talk about we actually unearthed something out of a tin in its paper from K-Lab back in the day. Those of you who know about film and film production, film processing, restoration of 16mm film back in the day will know that K-Lab featured an absolutely main part of film life back in the 60s, the swinging 60s in London. They are no more anymore. So when we opened this particular can, and the paper inside was still printed completely fresh surrounding the film, but in K Laboratories paper, was just yeah, it's amazing. So I hope you find the video interesting. As always, let us know your comments. It's all about engagement with people, so let us know your comments, your thoughts, and hopefully you found it interesting. So be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on all the social medias, and it's only a short one from me today as an introductory to this next video off the back, as I say, and I look forward to seeing you in the next vlog tutorial that I make, which will be interesting. So over and out. Take care. Right, so here we are today with Alan.
Oh, yeah.
And we are just having a look through. Si from the Cine Film Factory, good morning.
Alan also from the Cine Film Factory.
And Alan. So yeah, so today we are having a look at, I wanted to show you, got a big restoration project that's come in, 16, 35. So we're just having a look, giving people some examples of the kind of condition of things that people we see and things come in. Alan, what do we reckon of this magnetic?
Right, this is magnetic sound film. It never had a picture on it, never will. It is like a glorified, synchronised magnetic tape, as you get the old-fashioned reel-to-reel recorders. In this case, they've been stored rather poorly, and if you can see it, they've crystallised. If you can just see that sparkling, you might be able to.
In the sunlight, yeah.
And stretched, as you can see, it's all very bent, and it's going to be a bit of a job, that one. Some of them are better than others. It does give us a clue, like it says here, Air Race Real 1 FX1, so that is sound effects, so that's what's on it. Unfortunately, some of the other tapes I haven't got a name or anything on them.
I want to show, give viewers
yeah, that's what it came in.
An example
That's one of the worst examples.
That is, funnily enough, a metal can, 70 years of age of moisture.
It was.
It was a metal can, and hopefully that comes through on the picture.
Yeah, that's kind of had it.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's interesting.
Whoops. Now, as you can see, it's very brittle, and all the joins, which are made with tape, are falling apart.
Of course they are.
So the first job is to get leader tape. I think what we'll have to do to make half an effort on this is to actually get this stuff, which is leader tape, and actually sandwich it in between each wind, something like that. Something like that.
And what would be to
flatten it out? Flatten it out. It's no good. It's no good just winding one on one because it's already warped.
Absolutely.
You've got to go to a flat piece of material to actually try and pull it back like that.
So retrain it back.
That's it. And this will more likely have to be soaked in a solution. I'd say at least a week, maybe more, because it's that badly deformed.
Absolutely. Okay.
This stuff you can buy in 1,000-foot reels, no problem. I think they have to come from America, but that's the worst, and it certainly is a bit of a job, that one.
An interesting first exclusive on this as well, on this video, and I think it's something that's quite nice, is that we're gonna open up a couple of reels that haven't been opened. You are seeing them as we are seeing them, as is today, but bearing in mind the age of these. This is a 16, isn't it, in a case? So
yeah.
I'm going to open this up, see what we've
still in
got
its
here.
paper, which is always a good sign. It looks like a black and white print. Oh, K Labs. Yes, a name from the past. K Laboratories used to be in the Soho part of London, where all the film used to be developed and pre-shown.
So, K Laboratories, West End,
yeah,
22 Soho Square, London W1, Gerrard 7811.
That's got to be 60s.
They were also at K Carlton Hill Studios, 72A Carlton Hill, St John's Wood.
That's right.
Maida Vale.
That's right.
And then they were also K Laboratories Limited, Oxford Road, Finsbury Park, London M4, Archway 3050.
That is where the developing used to be done, actually. The other two were more editing and transit suites.
Let's have a look. I mean, that's pretty good condition.
Again, it's got some joins in it which might have to be looked at. There's two there. They show up as little white bits. I don't know whether you can see that. Just the little white bits there. It's got a bit of mould on it, as you can see. But that will come off. Like, it will come off with my finger. But all you need to do is just give that a jolly good clean.
Like some dusty old furniture, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. As I say, the magnetic is more of a problem than this. This won't be a problem at all. Just straightforward clean.
Absolutely.
Back in the box and away we go.
Love the way it's in the paper.
And it's original paper. It's possibly been shown once.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's put that back.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the lid. That's the bottom. That's it. Other way round.
Cram it up into there.
That's it. That's that one. That's obviously a better example and it's a lot easier to clean. Right.
Pass that one over to you.
Now I'm going to make a bit of room here because we come to the big boys. As I say, this is all soundtrack. What's on it, nobody will know until we get to be able to straighten it out and play it. Look at that bit. I think that's lost, to be honest with you. That's kind of had it.
A bit beyond. Let me get my prizing tool.
Oh yeah, screwdriver.
Let's have a look at this one for the first time.
Now this is standard 35mm film, again rusted to bilio. Yes, it's been opened at one stage of the game. See if we can get it in there without the other way round, I think. Hang on, let's have a go. Oh dear, making funny noises. Let's see, we'll do it that way. And then, oh blimey, right.
This is the first unveiling, 35mm.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's. Oh, we're lucky. Look, it's in good nick.
Look at that. In paper again, folks, for our viewers. Let me help Alan with the tin.
It's got a bit of mould on it, but nothing to worry about at all there.
So we're in.
It's a sound print.
Excellent. So we're in paper.
Yeah, it's only tissue paper, but it stops the damp.
So now the film is out. I want to also show you the condition of the outside of the tin, but look at the inside.
Ah, this is reel 3 of something, and as you can see, you should be able to see there's the individual pictures. I think it hasn't got a soundtrack, although it's got a sound lever.
So we're running 35. Let's keep it out that rust.
Yeah,
but
keep it away from that.
35mm. That, Alan, this is shiny. This looks beautiful condition. It
But
really...
the colour's gone. It's pink, but it has got a soundtrack.
So we've got colour bleed,
and soundtrack is there.
we're pinking.
Yeah, very pink.
But look, what's your opinion? I know my opinion, but what's your opinion on the strength of the film, how it's holding up?
It's good. It's very, very good. As you can see, the emulsion is nice and flat.
It is.
It's wound. It's wound shiny side in, which is what it should be. Yeah, it looks like it's a complete. These are 100,000 foot reels. Again,
early Ilford.
See, the splicing tape which holds it together is fallen apart.
Yep.
So that might need a little bit of attention. But nothing that couldn't be saved. That's reel 3 or something.
That is something I'm so pleased that we managed to show the viewers here, is that obviously the condition of the tin, but then the inside, we're just holding up. And what's going to happen for this customer? Film is all going to be restored, cleaned, re-lubricated, everything's going to be put back up. But obviously, it's like finding it, the easiest way to explain it is like finding an old 1920s Bentley in a barn, and then being presented with it to, can you make that drive on the road again? And then obviously what you wouldn't want to do after going through all of that process of rebuilding it is to do that and then put it back into the barn where it was originally found. So what we're going to do here is this is all going to be prepped, cleaned, transferred, everything's going to go back into digital now, which is the nice thing. But what we're going to do is going to put it into vented plastic cans now, obviously modern day cans. Yeah. Go back in.
These 1,000 foot cans
are done.
You've got them. You're getting them, yeah?
I'm getting them, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they're plastic and they've got ventilation in them.
Because you're not going to do anything with these. But the print has gone pink, so basically it's lost
colour bleed.
It's colour bleed. You can correct it to a point, but I would suggest that it's copied as is.
Well, for this project, the customer wants the continuity as is, as was. So we're not going to be editing away. But things can be done to the pink colour picture, etc. So
that's reel 3. Have you got any labels on any of them that gives you an idea what's on them? Because this one don't say much.
No, it doesn't. No.
We're going to have to open them up like this, every one. Check.
Shall we do one more for the viewers?
Yeah, let's just do one more.
Let's do another 35. Let's see.
This is a 2,000 foot reel. Oh dear.
Ah, now this is interesting. This is 2 reels here.
Ah, that's 16mm then. That's not 35.
This is another 16.
And it's opened. Spare black and white prints. Oh look. Ooh, one. Huh? Spare black and white prints. Bits and pieces.
Yeah, lots of
16mm. Now you can always tell how long something's been stored when the elastic band that's round them just falls apart.
Yeah.
So this is silent film.
This is a nice thing for people to see the elastic bands, because we see this as film restorers, you know,
all the time,
regularly, and we talk about this. But for people to get a first impression of it,
well, they think we're kind of weird, so we're getting excited by our elastic band. But there you go. This is 16mm print film. This has been printed. Now we can tell it's silent because it's got holes either side.
That's an interesting point.
You can do a close-up of that properly rather than do it and edit in. But the thing is, that is silent film. It's not reversible film, it's a print from a negative. So we may have the negatives here as well, I don't know. But there's just lots of little bits of film. That says reel 30 on it. Roll 30 rather. There we go, roll 30. Whoa, lots of little gribbly bits here. And we've got a bit on a colour bit, which is... now this is a different kettle of fish altogether. This is sound film. We've got someone on it. Again, the film has gone pink with age. But this is a sound film because, as you can see, it's only got one sprocket hole. and then the soundtrack is on the opposite. So that's
top edge of the film is holding the soundtrack.
yeah. That's how 16mm was done anyway. So yeah, very, very interesting. You can see the magnetic film has gone off more than the film has.
It has, and look,
Yeah.
we've actually got the rust now. Look at this. It's interesting.
Where the magnetic sits, the rust
has come through.
That's rust anyway. Because that's what it is, the metal oxide.
Loctite, yeah.
So it goes
The
up.
rust has attracted. That's really interesting. That's a one-off. So the rusty tin on the inside of the rusty tin, where the Mag Sound audio film was sitting, if you can see,
Where the film is.
has actually pulled rust onto the inside of the tin. Whereas you look at the film section of the tin is absolutely clear. It's just a very, very interesting example, and that's another thing you get from a first review.
So that's all 16mm silent. I suspect these are the soundtracks for them. No identification on this at all, but that's silent film. And it is a print film. In other words, it's not a negative, it's an actually printed film.
Yeah.
So these are the odds and ends, I would have thought. It's kept them for editing purposes, or if something gets mullered or something gets lost, which used to happen with film places.
I have dug out a 35 to do a first opening, as we said. That's what we do, another first opening.
Right, now. Okay, now if you can see, on there is a line. That proves that it's a single soundtrack. So your soundtrack is next to the line, this on the edge. So that will go through your standard 16mm projector, which has got a magnetic replay head, which most of them have anyway. Again, where something's stopped here, I don't know sure what that is, but that's all 16mm silent with the odd bit of soundtrack chucked in as well. So that's what that reel's about. Now I suspect this other 35mm reel that we've got is another part of whatever that is. It doesn't say what it is. Oh, do you want to put that over there? Right, and we come on yet again and unlabelled, and it opened. Whee!
The opening,
Now again, no paper on this one, but it has got leader. So this could be backwards. And there she comes.
take that away.
Again, that's an imprint. It's got a little bit of mould on it, but nothing to worry about. And it's part something or something here. Let's have a look. Doesn't say what it is, it just says this is where it starts. Yeah.
Let's get that away from that.
Not a lot of lead on this, normally you'd have a bit more, but we can junk that on there for a minute, it's not going to hurt it. Obviously, you never see the leader, that's the bit where it counts down when you use, this is a 1,000-foot reel, this is a 10-minute reel, and again,
Interesting.
looks like a wheel or something. It has got a soundtrack, so it's a complete film, but it is pink. But it doesn't say what part of what it is, so we'll have to be run, after being cleaned, run through a 35mm projector.
Absolutely.
And have a listen.
Well, that's going to be it for today, folks. Just wanted to do this first unveiling here of the restoration and what we're involved with. We're going to do, be sure to like, subscribe, follow the social media channels as well. Going to be doing a catalogue journey, lots of photographs, lots of bits and bobs of this project for people to obviously follow and out of interest. So it's an over and out from me, and it's an over and out from Alan.
Good luck, Zell. See you next time.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
It's a wrap.